Welcome to USTC360. I'm Ginger Chang. Today, our feature takes us back to the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy, or BOMLA, in Dallas, Texas. When we last left off, we met the incredible faculty, staff, and students of BOMLA who are redefining the traditional public school education system with a holistic, humanistic, and connected learning methods and environment. Plus, with the unwavering support from the City Dallas chapter, everyone's enduring efforts for academic excellence has even brought the entire school's neighborhood positivity. However, this is due to the dream of one man, Principal Nakia Douglas. But Mr. Douglas is not your average principal. He's more for the many lives that he inspires daily. So let's go meet him.
In my life, I said I'd never move back to Dallas after I moved to North Carolina. I said I'd never get married, and I said if I went into administration, it'd be late 40s, maybe early 50s. I moved back to Dallas December of 1999. Met my wife when I moved back, and then my journey into the principalship began at Maynard Jackson Vanguard School, which is where I first met Suu Kyi. Good morning, guys. Y'all doing all right? June 27, 2010 at 3:39 p.m., I received my appointment as a principal. I knew the expectations were high. I knew the resources potentially could be low. What's even more exciting about that, I love a challenge. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see everyone this morning.
I've known Mr. Douglas for over 10 years. I started at Maynard Jackson. I worked with him there, and then when he moved to high school, I moved to high school with him, and then I came to the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy and worked with Mr. Douglas. At this school, he's able to initiate more of his beliefs. We call them Douglasism. Character is what a man does when no one's looking.
Character is what a man does when nobody's looking. If I'm walking down the hallway and a young man is running, or a young man comes to the classroom, or they're not doing what they need to do at any given time, I'll always say to them, character, and they'll say, well, it's what a man does when nobody's looking. So whether I'm there or not, they should always be the same person. They should always be the best student, the best individual that they can be to change America's perception of our young men.
It's like he does a lot of things. He's very educational, he relates to us, and he can get on his discipline side sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's a very good day. It's a very good day. He really cares about us as like we were his own, because we're a family here.
You teach what you expect. I teach the young men everything I want to learn had I had a father in the household. I know in most instances for a lot of our young men, there isn't a father there in the household, and so I understand that responsibility that I'm not only just a principal. At times I may be a father figure, an uncle figure, a brother, a confidant.
He's more like a friend than a principal.
Yeah, he's like my father or something.
They can identify with what Mr. Douglas has gone through. Some schools you can go to, there's 1,300 students. They don't know who the principal is, or they've never spoken to the principal. All of our boys have spoken to Mr. Douglas and have a relationship with him.
And he went to the office, but he told Mr. Berry that.
Okay, we got to find out. Oh, thank you. We'll find out what locker it is so we can get it open for you.
63.
Locker 63?
He knows the boys. He knows their grades. He knows their parents. He knows what classes they do well in. He knows what classes they don't do well. So it's even more like a father figure.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good to see you. Good morning, Thomas. It meant the world to me when my administrators could call me by name, and it wasn't necessarily because I was in trouble. When you have that personal contact, it changes your world. You ever want to see the true vision of the future. You look into the eyes of children.
Mr. Douglas, he's a great principal. He goes around the hallways and makes sure we're acting right. And he asks us questions to see how we're doing on our day.
Even as an administrator, I still see myself as a teacher. I just have a larger classroom with more students.
My relationship with Mr. Douglas and Barack Obama is professional and as well as friendship. Mr. Douglas is the hardest working man I've ever met in my life. You know, you can take today, for example. This is one of those days where we would be kind of at home, relaxing, enjoying the day off, but when you involved with Mr. Douglas, you're part of Nakia's circle, there are no off days.
其实他的年纪可以当我们的孩子啦，我们就等于说对自己的小孩一样来照顾他。我们看到他对小孩子这么用心，我们真的很想在旁边尽我们的能力来帮忙他。
And he called and checked on me, and I hadn't told him about my new experience in regards to opening up the campus. And he said, "Hello, brother, how you doing?" I said, "I'm good, brother Wire. How are you doing?" He said, "I haven't heard from you in a while. How's everything going?" I said, "It's good. I finally transitioned from A. Maceo Smith, and I'm about to start a new effort." And he said, "Well, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm actually starting an all-male leadership academy." He said, "Sounds interesting. Can we talk?"
只要他一通电话，然后他就说现在学校的进度是怎么样，然后我们两个一定是不管就是怎么忙，我们两个一定是赶过去，要给他一个 support， 精神上的 support， 让他就是可以 keep going。
他们是穿制服，一套是145块。他们要求先付50块，家长付50块，剩下不够的部分才我们来付。所以他一直要求，请家长呢能够自立自强。那真的没有办法，那我们才切进去帮忙他们。
Not only will it impact the student, but it also impacts the entire parent. And so these are also parents now that less require uniform support this year than last year. And so we're anticipating the same thing for each year. And so, therefore, we'll be able to give more of our efforts and support back to Suu Kyi also.
他的心跟我们的心、跟上人心是贴在一起的，所以才会有那一种感动。今天，如果他不是被上人感动的话，他不会这样做啊。那也同时会感动我说。我疼你这个小孩没有白疼。
Just told him I love him. You know, Suu Kyi, Brother YL, and Sister May. This isn't just a friendship. This is a family. I see them as my brothers and sisters, second parents.
Dallas ISD, we've had similar academies, nothing like this. This is the most unique place a young man can go and get an education in the city. When I started coaching at Maynard Jackson, I had become extremely sick. Wasn't taking care of myself and developed kidney stones extremely. They were the most difficult thing I ever went through in my life. I mean, I've lost family members, but to wake up in the hospital and there was 2 people in my room, my wife and Mr. Douglas. That's just, you can't put a friendship on that. Words can't describe that. This man has been, he's been my brother. He's been a father when I need him to be. He's been a teacher. And I'm 40 plus years old, and that's how I feel about this man. So I know how these kids, and I know how the staff feel about him.
When you need help, he'll be there for you, and like when he'll help you through hard times.
Well, our principal, he's really nice. He's just really nice. He's always there for us. Every morning, he's always smiling really big, and he always brightens up my day and makes it really fantastic.
He comes every day with a smile on his face, saying good morning to everybody, kind of cheering us up. He helps us go all the way to the top as high as we can.
I always said I'd never get married because I never saw what marriage looked like. in finding my wife, I was nervous, I was scared. I'm not afraid of a lot, but that was one thing I was afraid of. I don't see marriage just as an institution. I see marriage as a commitment not only to my wife, but also, importantly, to God.
And grow in your word, Lord. Lord, strengthen our marriages, Lord. And bless the food. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Okay. I call him a dreamer because all of his dreams, like when we first met, he told me that he wanted to open an all-male school. And I told him, okay, when we first met, okay, you will do it. And so I call him a dreamer, but his dreams are coming true. He's a wonderful teacher, and I see that when we're even in our small group with our couples, that he is a wonderful teacher, and the other couples, they just love when he brings the lessons.
Tonight with the 5 keys to celebrating love. When we think about these keys, Fred in the book was talking about sometimes being a workaholic. How do we put our spouses at the top of our list? What does that look like?
I just smile, and because I know how wonderful he is with me. Yes, he is wonderful.
He's wonderful. How wonderful he is.
We've been through a lot with the loss of our children, and he's just been there to make sure that I was okay. He's always making sure that I'm okay. Those are his kids. So I do let him take that time because he is that father figure for some of the kids who don't have that father. So, yes, I have a wonderful husband.
Born in a single-parent household. I'm actually a first-generation college student. Low-income housing, born and raised in South Dallas. I should have been a statistic. I am who I am and where I am only by the grace of God and the love and affection of a lot of adults and friends that saw something in me that I originally didn't see in myself.
My life about Nikhil. Oh boy, he was my pride and joy. In the 5th grade, he made a poster, and this poster was his dream. He wanted to be a psychologist. Teachers was not on his agenda at all because he grew up in the household with his little sister and myself. You know, and I was really an overprotective mom. I sheltered him a whole lot. So now that he has a chance that he missed out on having a father around, he is a father figure for most of his students at his school, to let them know even though you don't have a father in the house, there's somebody else can help you develop. It's just been a blessing to have a son like that.
South Dallas has always been historically an all-black African-American community, known historically for our schools, also known, unfortunately, for crime at times.
Things have really changed since we lived here. The house is not closed.
A lot of great memories here. Didn't have an air-conditioned unit. Reminds you of where you come from, but more importantly, it reminds you of where the foundation was built. When you understand your foundation, and more importantly, you understand your history, it gives you a greater sense of self. And I understand life being what it was. I had to have those experiences to become the man that I am today. We all have to have those experiences to become the adults, the leaders, the teachers, the doctors that we are today that's going to change society, but more importantly, change this next generation of young people for the better and for our future.
Brothers are BOMLA with the goal of becoming best in the USA.
We have the honesty to hope and succeed. We are the brothers of Barack Obama.
Male Leadership Academy.
I'm thankful. I've seen and had some experiences of losing some of my friends to the penal system and also, unfortunately, some to death. But I'm thankful because somebody caught me early on and changed the trajectory of my life. And so therefore, it's my responsibility to do the same for others.
I sacrificed a whole lot, but I would do it again in a heartbeat. I have no regrets. You know, he's brought nothing but joy to my life. And all I can say, he's my pride and joy.
He is truly my gift from God, and he is my soulmate, and I love him.
Mr. Douglas, you know, for the 10 years that we've been together, it's been challenging, it's been rewarding, it's been fulfilling. There is a goal that we have set for this fine school, for your personal life, for my life, both our careers. Whatever you do, keep fighting the fight, because you are fighting a good fight. These kids love you. I know they love you because I love you, and I am one of these kids. Keep fighting the fight.
So loud. Indeed, the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy still has a long way to go, since it is part of the Dallas Independent School District that was rated academically acceptable by the Texas Education Agency in 2011. In fact, an education summit was recently held in Dallas by the Coalition for an Accountable System of Education in April to address the academic achievement gap between Black and Hispanic students and their Caucasian peers of DISD. But the good fight Principal Douglas and the BOMLA faculty are embarking on is proving to be a success. One such example for them was to witness the sense of brotherhood exhibited off campus by two students, Joshua and Jeremy. When Joshua had trouble at home, seeing the instability, his fellow classmate Jeremy and his family took in Joshua with open arms. Now, Joshua is essentially part of the Terrell family.
He always come over. Ruben always probably burns something. You know, Ruben always burns something. Across the street. I wish I lived across the street from my bus stop. Street, about 40 to 50,000. Yeah, we're gonna be on the roof. We gotta stand outside. You don't have your key? Jeremy, man, I done told you about this one. Be there in 5 minutes. Okay. All right. 5 minutes. All right.
When I get like internet homework or whenever I'm bored and I feel like coming over here because I'm the only child and I'm bored at home and like he's like my brother, so I can come over here and hang out with him.
I'm taking it tomorrow.
Well, come home, change, do homework, then eat something, watch TV.
Me and Josh, we have a certain kind of relationship, so we can share things.
Met him when he was in the 3rd grade, and he was well-mannered, you know, was determined to keep straight A's, always, you know, he was not with the in crowd. He went the opposite way of bad behavior. And his mom was great. Whenever we needed her, she was there. She was always there to support him. We also found out about Barack Obama, and we asked some of the boys, did they want to go? He was one of the ones that wanted to go, so he applied for the school. He made it in, my son made it in.
My lowest grade is an 82 in gym.
Yes, sir, I would.
Because sometimes I don't.
Once I found out a couple weeks ago we were leaving an event, and I was taking the young men home.
100.
Oh, that's what's up. How you get 100?
And so I knew Brother Josh. I lived in Oak Cliff, and I said, well, I'm gonna go this way to Oak Cliff. And Brother Josh, I'll drop you off, and then I'll go to Brother Terrell's house. And the other brothers lived in Oak Cliff, so I was just gonna do the rotation. Well, Brother Terrell tells me, well, Brother Josh is going with me. And I looked at him, I said, he's going with you. I said, okay, staying overnight.
1A, no, 2A, excuse me, and 1C, but it's a high C.
He's like, yeah, kind of, Mr. Douglas. I said, well, tell me more. He said, well, you know, my mom and dad and I, we've been able to support him when he's been having some needs and some struggles in his home life.
Josh's mom is not around. That was an aunt. She's gonna have Josh's grandmother to call me back.
We had sort of like problems over there because we just moved from where we used to live. We just moved to my aunt's house for right now, and then we're gonna move probably somewhere in that area.
And when school started, his mom fell on some hard times and needed help with getting him back and forth to school and a place for him to stay sometimes. And I offered, hey, it's no problem, he can stay here. I have boys, he'll be fine, he'll be at home. And
he's been ours ever since.
I have this one dresser, and I keep some of my clothes over here. So when I come over here, I don't have to bring clothes. I just already have them.
He comes a lot more this time around because he feels more comfortable. So he comes more now than he wasn't before. But it's been about 1.5 years now.
Well, I got used to coming over here. I came over here a lot.
Josh is a part of our family. He does most of the things that we do. He has his own space. He's part of our family.
If his mom's not around, she's another mom for him. I guess you would say, like, a god mom.
This is home. This is home. That's my son. I love him.
She's nice, and she treats me like she's my mom.
If Josh is not here, we miss Josh. We want Josh here. If Josh is not here, we miss him.
With Jeremy, I feel like he's more of a real brother. That's how I feel about him. He's like a blood brother, but he's not my blood brother. Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's the older brother I wish that I had.
Well, we can always take each other's side. If we have any problems, he can help me with stuff.
It's a nice neighborhood. It's an old Jewish neighborhood, but not everyone's rich. We are poverty. So, no, nowhere near rich. Rich in blessings, but not rich in money. Josh's mom and grandmother, actually, are really, really grateful. They really do appreciate the help. They really do. And they tell me all the time. And I don't do it for the thanks or for the attention. I just do it because I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. I do have expectations for both of them to go on to, to succeed in life, to actually be better than me or Dad, to do better than what we did. I went to college for a little while and I didn't finish. So I want them to go ahead and be better than me. I don't want them to have the struggle that I have. So my expectations is to be higher than me. I love y'all. Just keep doing the good work that you're doing. Keep up the good work. You guys are doing good. Don't fall back. Continue to be the leaders that you are.
Like when I said Josh is the older brother I wish that I had.
You're a good brother, and you're cool, and smart, and thank you for being a good brother. Yeah, I love you too.
As everyone at the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy continues to revolutionize public school education, the Tigi Dallas chapter will continue to work with Principal Douglas and his team to assist them in whatever they need. I hope you enjoyed our show today. I'm Ginger Chang, and I'll see you soon.